right, Pearson gears up for the busiest travel period of the year so far as March break begins.
We could be seeing at our highest, we're expecting maybe 125,000 passengers. Where are you going today?
Mexico.
Woohoo!
Good timing, too, as the GTA is hit with another round of snowfall. Thousands are heading to the gates at Pearson with fun and sun on their horizon. Plus,
for me, it's the best kind of musical experience you can ever have.
the city's historic Silver Dollar Room is opening its doors for the first time in 5 years, transporting people back to its roots for its 65th anniversary celebration. And
nice, sweet little old lady, you know. Suddenly I'm attacked by this monster.
it was more frightening and startling at first, but a 95-year-old Toronto woman has since found the humor in her experience of being attacked by a raccoon. We'll have her story. Good evening, I'm Kelda Yoon. Well, it's begun. The busiest travel period of the year so far is upon us, March break. Thousands of people taking off today and over the next couple of days to warmer, sunnier destinations, eager to leave behind the kind of weather hitting the GTA. Alicia Song was at Pearson Airport today as families said goodbye to the snow.
Just know what you're in for. Long lines and maybe a delayed flight.
On top of it being extra busy today, we do have that complication that weather is in the forecast. So we want everybody to just give themselves a little bit of extra time, check the flight status before you leave to come to the airport.
The Friday before March break is one of the busiest times of the year at Pearson Airport, so at least you'll have some company.
We could be seeing at our highest, we're expecting maybe 125,000 passengers.
I'm just playing the ukulele while I wait for my friends who are going through security.
All sorts.
You know, I feel stoked. Feel pretty happy to be going to Jamaica in the middle of this weather. You guys are going to get snow. That's going to be crazy.
Don't rub it in. Where are you going?
Mexico.
Ugh.
We're so excited.
Got any travel tips?
Go in the pool a lot, tan and everything.
No, like how do you get through the airport and on the plane more efficiently? Mom and Dad?
Yeah, we're only doing carry-ons.
We pack carry-ons, we are already checked in, we have our boarding passes, and it's pretty exciting. We're getting the feeling right now.
Here's another tip to help you breeze through the airport. Check out YYZ Express. It's a website you can pull up on your phone that allows you to book a time slot to go through security. This way, you avoid all that standing and waiting.
So that's a really helpful tool, especially if you've got families and you've got kids, because that can take a little extra time.
So the view from the gate isn't going to be pretty. Best just to envision the beach.
I'm looking forward to swim and no school.
And in no time, you can be like passenger Judith Keene and family.
We're taking a trip to Jamaica. Happy that we're getting a break from the cold here.
Waving at the rest of us like...
Bye, snow.
If you want to be like Judith, who's probably already in Jamaica on a beach with a Mai Tai in her hand, make sure you plan ahead and check your flight status. Alicia Song, CBC News, Toronto.
Meanwhile, it was a messy commute for many people in the GTA today. Snow started falling early in the afternoon, with Environment Canada issuing weather advisories for the entire region. Tali Ricci has more on how the city is handling yet another snowfall.
Another round of wintry weather and slippery sidewalks has Torontonians dreaming of warmer days.
I almost fell down a couple of times coming here.
It's really cold and I want the sun. I miss summer already.
It's been 3 months only in Canada and I'm just fed up with winters. I want summers.
The city says 1,100 pieces of equipment and over 1,500 staff will be out to take care of the snowfall. Transportation Services believes it'll take multiple rounds of plowing before the roads are accessible.
So we started applying liquid salt run yesterday to expressways, hills, critical locations. And what does that do is it prevents the snow and the ice from bonding to the pavement. Salting has started, in fact, because the snowfall has started. And following that, we will be plowing the road networks.
The city says the warming center at Metro Hall is open 24/7, and 3 additional warming centers at the Scarborough Civic Center, Willowdale Baptist Church in North York, and the Cecil Community Center will open this evening at 7.
Restricted visibility, very challenging driving conditions. Roads are very slippery.
Police are advising people to take transit and avoid the roads as much as possible. They've been responding to several collisions today, including a 5-car crash on the 401 this morning, which resulted in minor injuries.
Drive with extreme care and caution, giving yourself lots of space behind the traffic in front of you, realizing that your stopping conditions your stopping distances will be much longer than usual. At least that's what I'm experiencing here where I am right now. If you can wait until the system passes and the plows get out there, plow and salt the roads, you'll be in much better shape. And hopefully by tomorrow, we'll be in much better travel and driving conditions.
The city is reminding residents to wait until 16 hours after the snowfall before calling 311 to report any areas that need to be cleared. Talia Ricci, CBC News, Toronto.
All right, let's go to CBC meteorologist Ryan Snodden now with a first check on your forecast. And Ryan, a snowy one today. How's the rest of the weekend looking?
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, after that snow today, we've got a quieter weekend in store. Thankfully, there's the low that brought the snow to the southern Ontario today and the GTA, obviously, and what a mess that was. But that low is slowly but surely clearing out. Area of high pressure moving in. That is what is going to bring us some quieter conditions for the weekend. And then, yeah, we always have to watch what's coming down the pipeline. This next system gaining steam in the prairies and the plains right now. That is going to be pushing its way in as we work our way into the late Sunday night into Monday time period. First and foremost, a few lingering flurries for tonight, but as we work our way into tomorrow morning, you can see temperatures dropping into the -3 to -6 range around the GTA. As we look throughout the day tomorrow, we will start to see some sunny breaks into the afternoon. That's the good news. Temperatures are going to be bumping up to in the -1 to -3 range across the GTA. Winds are going to be relatively light, so a pretty nice Saturday. We'll get into those Sunday and Monday details coming up with your full 5-day in just a little bit.
All right, thanks so much, Ryan. The historic Silver Dollar Room on Spadina is opening its doors for the first time in 5 years for some live music tonight. The iconic music venue was demolished back in 2018, but is being brought back to life for a new generation of music fans. And tonight it is celebrating a big milestone, its 65th anniversary. That's where our Dale Manukduk is. He joins us live. Dale, looks like a really fun time.
Well, Kelda, nothing beats a small and intimate venue. It's a sold-out event. 150 people are here to take in the sounds of JV's Boogaloo Squad and the Digs. Now, the historic Silver Dollar was a rite of passage for many Toronto bands in the 60s, and it's that history why so many people were up in arms when it was set to be demolished. But here we are. The venue has a fresh coat of polish, but it's maintained many of its original details.
The soul of the historic Silver Dollar lives on, not just in the jazzy vibes, but on the walls and everywhere else.
Because it's a historical landmark, it has heritage significance. The bar that you see, all original. The floors that you see, all original. The painting on the walls, completely restored, all original.
Not-for-profit organization Celebrate Toronto partnered with the venue to commemorate its 65th year. The room was a vital part of the Toronto music scene and was demolished in 2018. But before that, former councillor Joe Cressy got it heritage status. And while the iconic sign outside remains the same, there's a notable difference inside.
You know, it's got a little less of that grit, which maybe some people will miss, but I think we can work on that. We can work on getting some more grit in here.
Sean Romprey last played the venue over a decade ago. He likens it to a major sports league farm team, a stepping stone to playing bigger venues. However, he says nothing beats the intimacy of a small room like the historic Silver Dollar.
You guys remember when the capybara got out at the Hyde Park Zoo? You guys remember that? Yeah.
For me, it's the best kind of musical experience you can ever have. The musicians can react directly to the audience and vice versa. There's a kind of synergy, a mixing that happens, and there's an energy, like a cooperative energy that's just completely different than any other show.
When I saw you and that girl walking.
Joining him on stage is Claire Davis, playing the room for the first time.
I mean, it's wonderful for Toronto to have more venues reopening or opening at all because musicians are losing a lot of these spaces these days.
Kelda, the Digs just finished their set. They absolutely killed it. They played Tennessee Whiskey, heard it through the grapevine by Marvin Gaye. They're going to play one more set before they close down for the night. But the doors will be open again tomorrow when R&B soul singer Queen Pepper takes the stage. But now that the glass has been broken, once again here at the historic Silver Dollar, there will be many more opportunities for music fans to come and enjoy. Kelda.
I love it. Thanks so much, Dale. That's our Dale Minukduk live for us tonight. Toronto police have made 2 arrests in carjackings that happened in Etobicoke last spring. One of the cases involved Toronto Maple Leafs forward Mitch Marner. He commented on the arrest this afternoon.
Yeah, the detective called me a couple days ago and kind of just gave me the rundown on everything, and said he was going to break the news soon. And that problem's been going on for a while now in Toronto, and obviously it's pretty hard to try to narrow it down to who the people are because of what they're doing, what they're wearing, and hiding their face so well, and kind of what they're doing. But I think it just puts a lot of trust in the Toronto police, and obviously it's a great relief to try to get that off the streets.
Marner was sitting in his vehicle in a movie theater parking lot on the Queensway back in May of last year when gunmen demanded his keys. Another incident occurred a month earlier, also on the Queensway. A 24-year-old Brampton man and a 21-year-old Toronto man are facing numerous charges, including robbery with a firearm. Police are still looking for another male suspect. A 95-year-old Toronto woman is sharing her story about being attacked by a raccoon. And what didn't start out as a funny story now has the 95-year-old laughing. Meg Roberts explains why.
So what's this park called?
This is Tattle Creek Park.
And you come here regularly?
I come here very often.
At 95 years old, Mary Joy Kellner likes to get about 7,000 steps in a day. She was out for a walk on January 31st when she was stopped cold in her tracks.
It was about here that I noticed this animal standing right in front of me, and I didn't even know it was a raccoon, but it looked so strange, and then it jumped up on my leg and started to bite, and I was stunned. I couldn't even think what to do.
That trash panda gnawed into her left leg, leaving 5 bite marks. That's before a number of Good Samaritans came to her rescue.
And there's the traffic guard right there who helped me. Shall we walk over?
Well, I saw the guy kick it and it went flying, and I thought, why would he do that? And I was going over. I was already on the line to 311, and then I saw it came right back, and then that's when I knew you were in trouble. But he was so brave, and you were brave. You didn't freak out.
No.
It had started to chew on cars. I don't know. I still don't know what was wrong with it.
So you've obviously been back out walking since the accident.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Why not? I love the walking and the fresh air, and it's such a lovely area to walk in, you know.
You're so brave. Like, I was sure you were going to, and everyone was so worried, oh, she'll be traumatized, she'll never come out again. And there you were, right out.
Why not? Life's too short.
After some convincing, Kellner was taken to the hospital where she waited for public health staff to drop off a rabies vaccine. She's since learned the raccoon did not have rabies, and she's made a speedy recovery.
After all this, you got bit by a raccoon multiple times. How can you tell the story with a smile on your face?
Well, it was such a bizarre happening, you know, and I just thought, it's a joke, really. Here I am out for a stroll, this nice, sweet little old lady, you know. Suddenly I'm attacked by this monster. It seemed to me it's like a bizarre story.
Meg Roberts, CBC News, Toronto.
The last orca held in Canadian captivity has died. Kiska was at Marineland in Niagara Falls, who says she died yesterday. The killer whale was captured in 1979 off Iceland. Now, animal rights group Animal Justice says it is renewing calls for an investigation of the orca's treatment, accusing the theme park of causing distress. While another group, World Animal Protection, notes changes to federal law mean no other killer whales will be held in captivity. Kiska was believed to be 47 years old. Welcome back. The province is bringing in a new mandatory technology credit for Ontario high school students.
I am happy and proud to announce that we're ensuring Ontario students have more opportunities to get hands-on experience in technical education through grade 9 and 10 courses, which will help inspire more young people to pursue careers in the trades.
The education minister making the announcement at an armored vehicle manufacturer in Mississauga. Now, the change will begin with students entering grade 9 in September of 2024. Students will be required to take at least one technological education credit in high school. The minister says this will expose students to at least one course that could guide them to a career in the trades, which is facing a massive labor shortage. There are almost 100,000 unfilled skilled trades jobs in Ontario right now. An Ontario MPP has resigned from the PC caucus and will sit as an independent effective immediately amid allegations he is linked to election interference by China. Now, it comes after a report by Global News that says Vincent Ke was allegedly involved in Chinese interference in at least 2 instances. Ontario Premier Doug Ford released a statement saying while the allegations are unproven, they are serious and deserve Ke's full and undivided attention as he works to clear his name. Following a similar move made by the province yesterday, the city of Toronto is now banning TikTok on all city mobile devices. The city says the Chinese-owned app is currently downloaded on about 350 city-issued devices and will be removed effective immediately. The decision was made in consultation with the city's Technology Services Division. Now, Toronto officials say there have been no privacy or security breaches, but the city is committed to ensuring data is protected. One of Toronto's performing arts institutions is finally getting a makeover. A Canadian-led architectural coalition won an international competition to redesign the St. Lawrence Centre for the Arts. The winners were announced today, paving the way for an overhaul of the Front Street establishment. Patrick Swadden has the details.
The St. Lawrence Centre for the Arts has been around for over 5 decades. But what now looks like this will soon look like this. Canadian-based architectural firm Hariri Pontarini coming out on top in an international design competition to reimagine the theatre. 4 other firms helped them create Transparence, which took breaths away.
During their presentation, they showed what their proposal is for the acoustic hall on the 2nd floor, and the whole audience gasped with wonder and started to applaud, and we knew sort of around that time that we had a winner.
The design features a transparent facade that wraps the existing structure. The idea is to make the building more open to the public.
And at the current time, you really have to buy a ticket to walk into it, and we want to change all of that.
And the new design will, according to one of its principal architects.
That was a big part of how we started, is how do we create an environment that is radically accessible, radically open. It truly kind of brings the city in.
Hariri brought on 4 other firms, including a leading theater design consultant from New York.
It's Josh Dax. He's the guy. We got him. We just finished another theater with him.
That theater? The new Tom Patterson Theater in Stratford, opening last May. It's won top design awards and paved the way for Hariri's work on St. Lawrence. The firm says Transparence was also inspired by wampum belts, a traditional Indigenous craft symbolizing an agreement of mutual respect between clans. The team included 2 Indigenous firms, Tawa Collective and Smoke Architecture.
Smoke and Tawa were very instrumental in helping us develop the Indigenous theme and creating a really kind of an honest and sincere approach to indigeneity in the design.
Hariri saying recognizing the diversity of Toronto was important in their design.
But it brings the entire culture of the St. Lawrence right onto the street, and that's the concept.
The designs will go before City Council this summer. They're estimated to cost $295 million, and if they're approved, the team expects to break ground in 2025, hoping for a completion date of 2028. Patrick Swadden, CBC News, Toronto.
Let's go back to meteorologist Ryan Snodden now with a more detailed look at your forecast. And Ryan, how's the long range looking?
Oh, thank you so much. Let's have a look at that weekend forecast. We are looking at this low slowly clearing out after dropping the snow across the Greater Toronto area and Southern Ontario for today. The area of high pressure moving in. That's the good news, just in time for the weekend. Yeah, and unfortunate for folks trying to get that March break underway early today with the Friday snow. But if we're waiting until tomorrow, the good news is travel is looking much better Saturday and Sunday as that area of high pressure is going to be moving into the region. And this next weather system is going to be tracking in. That looks set for late Sunday into southwestern Ontario, even as early as Sunday afternoon. But for Toronto, looking set to hold off until likely supper time on Sunday and into the Sunday evening time frame. So let's walk you through the hour by hour. Note the lingering flurry chances for the next couple of hours, even into the early morning hours of Saturday. Can't rule out a very isolated flurry. Cloud cover certainly dominating tomorrow morning. As we push our way into the afternoon, we're going to start to see those skies brighten up. We'll see some pockets of sunshine breaking through. Temperatures ranging from 0 to around -3 for our highs across the Toronto region for tomorrow. Light winds, so pretty good overall. Now, the cloud cover will continue to build back in as we move into the Sunday time period. Some sunshine possibly early Sunday, but count on Sunday being a pretty cloudy one. Here comes that snow. Southwestern Ontario first, and then looking, as I said, into the Toronto area around the supper hour. This will then bring accumulating snowfall, 2, 5, possibly even as much as 10 centimeters of snow, with lingering flurries into the Monday morning time period. So it does look like Monday morning's commute will be impacted. This low will be a slow mover and linger with light snow and flurries throughout the day on Monday. So likely impacting the evening commute on Monday as well, though temperatures are going to be on the plus side. May see some light mixing along the lakeshore with this one. We will see lingering flurries into Tuesday. That is your forecast to now.
Finally tonight, NASA is tracking a new asteroid that could hit Earth on Valentine's Day, of all days. No need to worry about the potential heartbreak, though. Not only is the asteroid 20 years away from entering our orbit, but on NASA's risk scale, they rank it as extremely unlikely with no cause for public concern. And that is our show for you tonight and for the week. Thank you so much for watching. Now, before we go, I do want to let everyone know this is my last show for a little while. CBC Toronto will soon be adding another viewer. I will be heading off on my maternity leave after tonight. The show will continue in the very good hands of my colleagues, and I look forward to seeing you when I'm back in a year's time. Have a great weekend, everyone.